Stretching from the Pacific Northwest to the East Coast and landing in the Midwest, Joshua, Tracy, and Kelly present to you Rooted Perspectives, an audio and video podcast.
Join us while we share our perspectives on a wide variety of topics that are both culturally and socially relevant, ranging from current events, travel, technology, lifestyle, pop culture, finance, careers, and so much more.
3 diverse perspectives, rooted across the country.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rooted Perspectives. We got your 3 co-hosts, Tracy,
Kelly,
and Joshua.
So today we're going to be going over the music that we did a podcast about here a couple weeks ago. We each had a list of some of our favorite songs by some of our favorite bands. We all watched them. We're all going to give our opinion on them, whether we like them. Some of them had music videos, some of them didn't. And we're going to start with Kelly's music.
I thought you had a story to share first.
I did.
Yeah.
So I lost my wedding band here a few weeks ago, like before Thanksgiving, and I don't know how, I could not find it. So I made a pizza the other night, right? And I pulled a pizza out, and my wedding band is sitting. It's just a rubber one, and it's made by, and it is important, it's QALO, like Qualo or something. And I saw it in the bottom of the stove after I had cooked the pizza on 400 degrees, and it wasn't melted. I did finally break it apart, but it's still fairly intact. But, like, we cooked an entire Thanksgiving meal in there. I cooked the pizza in there, and it wasn't melted. It was just chilling on the bottom of my stove. So, shout out to that company for making, like, the most badass rubber rings in history. They should make, like, armored vehicles is what they should make. They should, just a quick tip.
This kind of armored vehicles.
Yeah, I will say, though, I'm assuming it's silicone, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They should link up with the military and make, like, tanks is what they should do.
Because there's actually, like, lots of silicone bakeware.
Yeah, that might be what it is.
It's supposed to, like, cupcake liners and stuff, that's supposed to be up to, like, 400 degrees. And silicone's supposed to be able to be, like, baked.
Yeah.
How do you think it got in there?
I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if it was, like, on the bottom of the pizza pan. So, like, when I put the pizza pan in, it fell to the bottom of the stove, which that wouldn't make sense either. I don't know how it would get there, but yeah, wild. I was surprised it wasn't a melted puddle in the bottom of my stove, but shout out to them. I'm going to be leaving them, like, the coolest review in rubber ring history. Anyways, let's get Kelly's list pulled up here.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to start it off with, where is it? What was your Taylor Swift song? I don't know why it's not on your list.
All Too Well.
All Too Well. So I watched, I believe it was like the 14-minute video.
Okay.
Was it yeah, that was really cool. I love it when artists like put a long music video to their song. I love that. I don't think people do it enough. I think I like it so much too is because I grew up in the 90s where MTV was a huge thing. So you watched all these music videos with, what was it, Carson Daly on...
Yeah, TRL.
TRL, yeah.
Oh, Total Request Live.
You remember when Eminem came and, like, it was, like, wild. Like, people were losing their mind when Eminem came. Anyways, yeah, I remember TRL, so I like music videos, so... And
TRL was, like, perfectly at the right time where, like, if you rushed home from school, it, like, started right when you got home from school.
Oh, man, I loved it. Didn't she turn into, I guess this is a spoiler, doesn't the girl in the music video turn into Taylor Swift at the end and she, like, writes a book?
Yeah.
That was a really cool music video.
What did you think of her with red hair?
I am fond of red hair. That's all I'm going to say.
Did you watch this, Josh?
No, it was not on your list of songs that you sent. So
I had sent it separately with the link to the video.
I did not.
Yeah. So I had sent. So All Too Well came out 10 years ago. I think I said this last time with like the normal 5-minute version. Then there's the 10-minute version. What Tracy's talking about is her short film that she actually wrote and directed.
That was really
and
cool.
like she did the casting for her and everything. So there's like rumors out there spiraling I think it's the Oscars, like the Academy Awards or whatever, like the movie and film one is. There's a short film like category for that. And so there's rumors out there that she could be nominated for like the director for
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Kelly, you would like this. We started talking about Taylor Swift so much around my phone that when I was on Facebook yesterday, the most random video popped up of 15-year-old Taylor Swift in high school enjoying time with her friends, like right before she like signed on with like Toby Keith, I think, or something like that. It was crazy. And I'm like, why am I seeing this video on my like newsfeed? I don't ever talk about Taylor Swift, but we are all talking about it.
Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg for caring about our privacy there. Anyways.
Rhiannon, Kelly, that was another good song I really liked. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Some of these older songs I kind of learned about from American Idol. So there was this girl, like her name was Dee Dee, and she sang that, and from that moment I like fell in love with that song.
So here's my idea I was talking to you guys about doing a podcast. Like we do these music podcasts, but I thought it'd be really cool to do one for like not classical music, but like old school music, like the old school rock, like Fleetwood Mac and Pink Floyd and stuff like that. I thought that'd be really cool. Kind of like break it up into different genres.
Like decades, kind of?
Yeah, like I grew up on like Def Leppard, Leonard Skinner and stuff because of my mom. You know what I mean? And I loved it. I think it'd be really cool to do a podcast specifically for that time frame.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Christine from Fleetwood Mac passed away like this week or last week or something.
You know, this is gonna make me look kind of weird, but that Rhiannon, is it Rhiannon? Yeah, that song. I never knew the name of that song. I know the song, I just never knew the name. And like when I was like, cool, I love Fleetwood Mac, so I pulled up the video. I was like, I know this song, and I felt kind of dumb. But
that's how I felt about Coleman Hell Two Heads.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about that, Josh, because I have words to say about your Coleman song. So, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Like Tracy said, I've listened to that song so many times, and I never once even bothered to look up who sang it. So when you like said it and I listened to it, I'm like, well, I'll be damned. I'm dumb. It was good. What did you think about
it's
mine?
Got a good beat. That's a good song that's like on my pregame list or like when I'm getting ready to go out for the night.
Yeah, I feel like Josh gave us like a fucking smash pumpkins into a wall type playlist, like just like a motivational playlist. And well, I'm not going to get into Josh's yet, but I do have something to say about your playlist, and I was right about some of it. So,
well, while we're on the topic of Coleman Hell, should we talk about Devotion?
Yes.
You know what's weird is that's like the song I don't remember listening to. Like I listened to all of your guys' music, and I don't remember that song. But wasn't that your wedding song?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Why did you pick that song as like your?
I don't know. Well, just because like I think there's a part in this song where it's like they talk about leaving, you have your reservations, things like that, but I want you to stay. It's because like I think like back when I first met James, a lot of people were like, "Why are you with this guy? Why are you with this guy?" And I wanted him to stay because I know over time he would get to see like that I'm a good, genuine guy. And I don't know. I feel like it hits home in so many ways, maybe like just personal ways, but
yeah,
I don't know.
The whole time I was listening to it, I was thinking in my head, like, granted, I don't know if this is a wedding song for you or just like a song that reminds you of your relationship, but like, I was like, this shouldn't be a wedding song because they're like not really together in the song.
I know. It's kind of poetic, I think. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I love about music is you listen to it and like you can picture, it's kind of like reading a book. Like you picture your own characters and your own like feelings that people have. And sometimes like the song or the music video is completely way different than what you imagined or thought, but you have your own feelings about it. That's why I love music so much.
You know what? How about this? Saturday Sun by Vance Joy. We'll swap it. Will be my wedding song. And then if I ever get divorced, that one will be my divorce song.
Let's not pre-plan a song for your divorce.
Premeditated. I knew about this.
James doesn't watch this episode.
Josh is gonna foreshadow his whole life over a song.
James would probably say, "Please do me a favor."
All right, next. What's Kelly's next song? Let's see here. We have
Dixie Chick was good.
Landslide. That's just a good classic song.
Yeah.
It's so funny looking at these older songs and like the music videos, like just to see how far we've come in technology just in like the last 15 years is ridiculous.
It is.
It's crazy
I agree.
where we're gonna be in like 100 years from now. Yeah,
That's
anyway,
true.
Coleman Hell 2 Heads. We just talked about that one. Gunpowder and Lead. Miranda Lambert. Classic. Olivia Rodrigo. Traitor. Good. She has a lot of like tearjerker, like in your feels, emotional songs.
Yeah.
What do you think of those last couple, Josh?
I'm trying to think. I did like the Miranda Lambert, Gunpowder and Lead. The Melissa Etheridge Only One was another good one.
That is a really
The Spill Canvas one, I remember growing up as a kid and like kind of listening to them and hearing them, and I never paid too much attention. But now that I'm older and I moved away and I listen to them, it's interesting to see how like a Midwestern band like that, like, I don't know, pretty good. Definitely
I'm sorry, I just laugh.
not my forte,
I
but
laugh when people call it the Midwest because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But sorry,
That's what people call it, though.
it's dumb. Like it's not the Middle West. Like it's not even West. Like, anyways, sorry.
Does that
but
song remind you of home, Josh?
kind of. It reminds me, like, when I hear that song, I just think of like random memories, like Lifelight and all these other random things as a kid growing up in the Midwest. It's pretty cool. What about you, Tracy? Did you listen to the Spill Canvas song?
I did, and it was a good song. I don't know what else.
There's like this lyric in that where it's like, heaven's not a place that you go when you die. It's that moment where you feel alive. And I love that song. I love that lyric. There's just certain lyrics in that. I feel like overall the song isn't like my number 2 favorite. Like I'm portraying it to be on this list, but there's just certain lyrics in that song that really stick out for me.
Yeah, it was a good list.
Yeah.
Kelly, I can't wait to listen to more of your songs on your overall list. These were pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Cool.
All right,
Tracy, you want to move on to you now?
we're gonna move on to me now. I had a lot more songs. Like, let's hear them. I don't even have my list pulled up. I think I have it over here on Captivate. Yeah, it's on Captivate. Okay.
Okay, so I'll start off then. All the Linkin Park songs are pretty good, dude. I mean, like that's just a given. They're all pretty good.
You know what's funny is I was listening to our music podcast doing the dishes the other day, and I was laughing at you because you sounded so offended when I mentioned some songs. Like I mentioned some Linkin Park songs, and you're like, "This one's good. This one's good." Not a fan of this one. Like all snarky. I'm just like, "What was up Josh's ass that day?" And like, there was another one that I mentioned, or no, Kelly mentioned one, and Josh is like, "Do you think I live under a rock, Kelly?" Like,
you were kind of salty that day, Josh.
yeah.
I think he was offended that his songs were all obscure and none of us knew any of them.
Yeah, I'm just like Linkin Park, and Josh is
Sorry,
like,
you don't want to smash pumpkins every day.
Smashing Pumpkins, I'm pretty sure is a band, by the way. Anyways, yeah. I love Linkin Park. I love their music growing up. I still love them. Yeah. Classic.
Tracy, your Taylor Swift songs, man.
What?
I didn't peg you for like a Taylor Swift fan, but the fact that you had 3 songs that were your favorite from her.
I love Taylor Swift. I have some of her songs on my workout playlist.
Interesting. Just look what you made me do.
I mean, the ones he has are like, Are You Ready? That has a good beat to it. Look What You Made Me Do, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. You know what I just remembered? I have a pretty decent system in my truck, and I think the hardest hitting song I've ever played in my truck is a Taylor Swift song. And I think it's Look What You Made Me Do. And it freaking rips, dude. Like, my dad came to visit. I was like, Dad, I was like, you have to hear this Taylor Swift song. I was like, you wouldn't believe how hard it hits. And when it finally hits, when she says, look what you made me do, we just both laugh because it hits so hard. It is insanity. So shout out to Taylor Swift for doing whatever the hell she did on that song. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's awesome.
Love her.
Kelly, what other songs of his did you like?
I mean, Morgan Wallen. I knew More Than My Hometown, and I knew Somebody's Problem. I did not know Cover Me Up, and I listened to that, and that was really sweet. I like that. It was like almost acoustic. It's just more of a ballad. I liked it a lot.
I feel like the message behind that is somebody coming back from war with PTSD. That's how I interpreted it. So it like really hit home for me because I struggled when I got out of the military like severely for years. So yeah, that song will make me cry, like for real.
I felt like more like alcoholic, drug addiction type of vibes from it.
Yeah,
but
well, there's a
nonetheless, it was definitely about like overcoming a challenge and having someone there for you.
There was a point in that song where he's talking to his buddy about he wants to go back, and his buddy's like, "Why do you want to go back?" And to me, that was like, "Go back to Afghanistan." You know what I mean? Like, because I've had so many conversations about going back to Afghanistan with my buddies that only people that have been there and been in combat really understand that rush and that feeling, and then that feeling of coming back. So, yeah, that song just really hits a lot of notes for me in my life. So, did you listen to it, Josh?
No. Sorry, my friend.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. I'll see you guys next week.
Fired. Actually, funny story. We went out to dinner a couple weeks ago. This was after the first music podcast, and there happened to be a band there, which was very weird because this is more of like a restaurant, and I've never seen a live band there. But we were just like back in the corner eating, and my sister Caitlin was like, "Oh my god, I love this song." She was like trying to think of what it was. She's like, I can't figure out. I don't remember what it was. Then like she listened to the music podcast, and she's like, oh my gosh, that song Tracy was talking about was that song that was played live at the show that I went to the other day. So I thought that was pretty cool.
The Morgan Wallen song, "Cover Me Up"?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was like, gosh, I wish I would have took a video or like actually listened to it more.
Rooted Perspectives, teaching people some things.
Yeah.
Things. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, it was pretty neat.
Josh, when we're done with this podcast, like you're gonna watch it. Like you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna next time we do a music review, you're gonna. Yeah.
We're gonna call you out on it.
Unbelievable.
Don't do that.
I'm doing it.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC was just a classic. I didn't know the name of it, but I knew the song. Yeah.
I remember you saying you hadn't heard of it on the last episode. I'm like, yes, you have.
Like, no. I think I even pulled it up on the podcast. I was like, Josh, come on.
I feel like that's also played at like every sporting event.
It's crazy how good the old school rock was and how great it still is. Like, I hope in like 700 years we're still listening to Def Leppard and AC/DC on a CD, a burnt CD in our 1992 Chevy. Anyways.
I feel music these days has kind of become just too mainstream, and I feel a lot of it's just mainly garbage. I feel like ever since we've like gone into this new age, whatever, like the quality and the authenticity is gone. You have so much more like sound mixing and everything involved that it's more produced rather than being authentic, someone just singing. And that takes away from like, I feel the power and the emotion of a song when you add too many things.
Yeah, like I used to love Drake, and his new stuff just makes me want to punch a wall. Like I hate
Sell out. That's the word. Yeah. Selling out is whenever you just like Imagine Dragon. Their albums before like their new stuff came out was really good. They used to be different. Like every album had a different sound, and now it's like I feel they sold out where like their music all just kind of sounds the same now, and it's just mainstream, and it's sad.
I don't know if I'd share that same opinion, but I'm not. I don't really follow them enough. Like I don't follow really anybody enough. Like I used to listen to full albums, and now I just listen to like whatever's nice and cool at the moment. Sometimes I'll go looking for music. So But yeah, I notice a lot of music now is just it's just not what it used to be. It's kind of like people have given up and they'll just like I don't know how to explain it. That's I guess that's the best way I can explain it. They just sell out.
Kelly, how do you feel since you are, I feel, more into the music than either of us? And you go to more concerts.
Yeah, I mean, I like old stuff. I like new stuff. One thing I find interesting is, Josh, when you talked about like it being produced and stuff, sometimes I wonder why, like, for example, I don't know if you've heard that newer song "I'm Good" by BB Rexa.
No.
It samples "I'm Blue." Like, do you remember "I'm Blue"? Da ba dee ba ba da, that song.
Yeah.
Okay, so she takes that and it samples in that song, in this new song, and it's obviously BB Rexa singing it, but the song is by David Guetta and BB Rexa. So I always wonder, like, why on that type of song, like, David doesn't sing in it. He's not like a singer, I don't think. So why on that type of a song is he like the artist for it? But then every single song has the producers, but most of the time the producer isn't like the artist of the song. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get confused about like why that is for some songs.
Maybe he helped write it, even though he didn't sing it.
Yeah, but most songs don't have the writer as the artist.
I wonder if it's I don't know, because like with DJ Snake, he doesn't write anything or he doesn't sing anything, but it's always like DJ Snake featuring, or you know what, like I just
right.
I don't
It
know.
must just be like, hey, BB, if you want to like be on one of my tracks, I get to say that it's like my song. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's just, it always makes me wonder why that is, but I don't know. I like the modern songs that when it samples the old one. Like there's that one right now. Earlier this year was like First Class, if you remember that, from who's that new white kid that's
that new white kid.
Oh, Jack Harlow. He is getting really popular. So he sampled that song, the Fergie song. So I like that stuff because it's those older songs that remind me of like my childhood.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they've done a really good job of like mixing old school with new school. I really like a lot of them. So I'm sure some people wouldn't share that same point of view, but that's mine.
Yeah, my sister was like, "There's not new music anymore. They just keep using like the old songs." So I respect obviously both sides of it, but
I mean,
Tracy. Sorry, go ahead.
It's good. It's good. If it's bad, it's bad. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's up, Josh?
Well, Kelly, did you listen to any of his songs by Halsey?
I didn't remember talking about Halsey on the last episode.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm
pretty sure I did 11 Minutes and Nightmare.
Yeah, so both of those songs, like I've heard her songs, very different than what I thought they were going to be like. So the two songs that I know, I think, are Castle and Gasoline. And really?
Yeah, I don't think another
I think
good one. Go ahead, sorry, I'm just talking out
loud. I think it's Gasoline by her. Like that's probably my favorite. And then Castle's like more way different. Like it's you like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I love Halsey. I love her song Trouble. I actually had her on my list for like future episodes and stuff, but
does she have a song called Hurricane? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one should be on my list because it's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't talk about her last. Otherwise, I would have talked about her for a long time.
I think she's amazing.
Yeah, she did this performance for an award show once. It might have been like MTV Music Awards or something, where her and this girl who like same style, like short, little, like these two women were almost identical, and they were in white, and they like the whole stage and setup was white, and they had like a table and I don't know, maybe like a bed or something. And she performed this entire song using paint, like splashing it all over her, splashing it all over this scene. this dancer would like drag her across the table and like paint would get all over. It was really cool. I'll have to send you the link for that. It's really artistic.
Was she singing during it, or was it just?
Oh yeah, during the whole thing, and she was like being dragged everywhere.
Jeez,
and like pushed and like was dancing, and it was really neat.
She's a freaking musical genius, in my opinion. Just like Charlie Puth. Did you? Yeah. I think we talked about Charlie Puth last podcast, didn't we? About like how he hears sounds.
Yeah.
Oh my, you don't remember Josh? Oh my, dude, this guy is incredible. Like he'll make I've seen him on some of his like Instagrams, or I think like his quick reels. Like he'll make a sound with like a door or something, and then he'll put it into a song and like make a song on the spot. Like one of his albums, he wrote every song and produced every song himself by himself, just him, and it went like quadruple platinum or some wild shit. Like,
oh wow,
he's freaking amazing. Like I'll have to pull up some videos or find some videos of him like doing what he does, like how he hears sounds, like everyday sounds, like walking down a hall or like closing a car door, and he can like turn it into a music beat. It's crazy.
Do you guys know the song Light Switch?
No.
Because it's kind of a cool story. He wrote it like on TikTok Live, and the fans were like so obsessed with it that like 2 weeks later it came released as a single. And there's like, you turn me on like a light switch, and then he actually flicks the light switch, and the sound of that is like, it's not only in that song, but then like the producers took the light switch and put that like in the background beat the whole song too. Yeah, it's really neat.
Crazy. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, now that you say it, I know that song.
He calls them like I think this is the right term, onomatopoeias.
I don't know what he calls them.
You guys know what an onomatopoeia is, right?
No, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
I've heard of it. It's been a long time since I've heard that word, since I was probably a kid.
It's like the
formation of a word from a sound associated with what is named. That is the definition.
Makes sense, yeah.
So, speaking of sounds, James showed me this really funny video of Cardi B. I don't know if it's recent, but she's like accepting like in a award, maybe for some music thing, and she's on stage, and someone took her entire speech and edited out all of her words except all the freaking crazy sounds she makes. And it's just like a minute long of like all these crazy ass sounds, and it sounds like a song, and they're like the most ridiculous things. You just gotta listen to it. It was funny.
Is it like when she does that?
You should find that and we'll watch it next.
It's hilarious.
All right. Yeah. Moving on. What's
I want to talk one more on Tracy's list is the Bozzy song 315.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it.
That is a wild song. Like the reason why I picked the songs I picked, like I love all kinds of music, but like I didn't want to pick like Uptown Funk because it is a great song. Like I wanted to pick songs that like really make you think and feel like some serious shit. So
like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah, that's good. It's such a short song though. I wanted more. I think this video is only like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a quick one.
It's already done? Yeah, that was just, the lyrics were really good. The beat was good. I loved it.
Yeah, Bozzy's pretty cool. What'd you think of that one, Josh?
I loved it. I really liked the music video behind it. And I felt like the words were kind of like emotional and powerful. That's what got me. So when I listen to music, I hardly ever listen to the words. It's more like the beat and the tone. That's what hooks me. And then when I really like a song, I'll actually listen to the words. And that song was like one of them that actually like made me like, so I started listening to the music, and then I saw that the video was playing, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to check out the video. And then after watching the video for a little bit, I started listening to the words, and I was like, God damn, this is a really good song.
Huh.
I feel like the lyrics in that are just every word every girl in the world ever wants to hear. You know? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one.
But in the music video, I was waiting. So it starts with him like having to leave this girl because he has a flight, and there was some like lightning and stuff. I only kind of was half paying attention to it, but I kept waiting for there to be like a crash, like an airplane crash or something. I don't know. It was like kind of anticlimactic at the end.
I've actually never seen the music video, so
You'll have to watch it.
I may have to do that. I guess that would be a good one to watch. It. I feel like that one could have a good music video. So, yeah.
I think they could have had it more dramatic in the video.
That song, like, yeah, they could have. The ceiling is high on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Do I have any others that you guys just need to review? Because I don't have.
I don't think so.
I mean, I listened to the Eminem ones.
Yeah. If I could go back, I'd probably choose some different ones because he has so many. Like those are just off the top of my head, but Eminem is.
Oh, Miranda Lambert, "Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home." I actually sang that at karaoke last night.
I want to just dance my little soul out when I hear that song.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah,
I'm just such a horrible singer, but after a couple drinks, I'm good to go on the mic.
Well, what do you guys think about my songs?
Yeah, let's go over to Josh. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. Like, I don't know if it was the last podcast or like if we just talked on the phone. I was like, your first song, "Going for Greatness," and then "Born for This." I was like, first off, when I saw "Born for This," I was like, that sounds familiar. I'm a huge Dude Perfect fan. Josh has no clue who they are or doesn't watch their stuff. And I was like, these sound like straight up background music for Dude Perfect. And as soon as I pulled up "Born for This," I was like, it is. Like, it was on their videos. And yeah, they're just like real upbeat, like positive vibes type of. They're great songs, but yeah, those are off Dude Perfect and they're great.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to send them to my company at work. We use a lot of music in our like meetings while we're waiting for everyone to come on, and just, you know, we do a lot of social media and stuff. And I was like, gosh, both of these songs are so motivational, and they're like perfect. Like if you're having a hard day at work, you should be listening to them.
You know what's crappy is we were going to do this podcast here a couple days ago, but you were having issues, and I had just watched all of Josh's videos and like all of his songs right beforehand, so I was like, they were real fresh in my mind, and now I'm just like, I don't remember.
That's my fault. I'm surprised the score isn't like as pop. Like I have never heard one of their songs on the radio.
I know, right?
I listened to, you know, I know you had like "Miracles" and "Born for This" and "Money Run Low," and they were all really good, and they had lots of views. Like I was just pulling them up on YouTube at the time, but I was just surprised that they hadn't like been more popular. I feel like they are kind of in the realm of like Imagine Dragons and like Chainsmokers and like those kind of
alternative
just, like,
kind
male bands. Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm on mute. I'm on mute listening to like some tidbits of them right now. I really like the "Money Run Low." I think I even added a couple of yours to my Spotify, like just driving.
Man.
I was surprised, like when you hear the word "Miracles" as a song title, and just like the other two songs of their, well, like "Born for This," for example, was very motivational. I thought "Miracles" was gonna be about like a miracle happening or something. And the whole time it's actually about like, I need a miracle to happen. It was like more of like a, not in the beat or like more in the lyrics. It was like downer. Like I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling. I need a miracle. And actually that song reminded me a lot of like, it made me think of the pressure that like artists have. Like, cause there was a lyric in there about like, trying to find the right rhyme and trying to find the right line. And I'm like, did their producers like come to, or their like agents, or I don't know anything about the recording industry, but did their like higher ups come to them and be like, hello, we need a new song. Like, what's your deal? And they're like, oh, we're under a lot of pressure. So I'm just going to write a song about like this pressure I'm feeling. So, did you feel like that?
Me?
Like, is that how you interpreted the song, was like basically about the pressures they have to like write hits?
No. So for me, when I listen to music, all of the songs that I chose, every single one of those songs represent a different period of my life. And like the Miracle song, you wouldn't believe how many times like I just sat down and I'm just like, like shit, like things just aren't going well. Like I need a freaking miracle. Like like going for greatness. I've hit that point in my life where it's like I know what I have to do and I'm gonna grow up and like I'll be damned if like anyone's gonna tell me no. Like I'm going for greatness and I'm going to achieve it.
That's awesome.
They're all emotion.
Josh definitely reminds me of somebody that would listen to that, motivational type of stuff. I
want to be a motivational speaker. I feel like I can, not only do people want to listen, but I can rally people up.
Yeah, like there's searching for words, praying for signs. I struggled to find the rhyme. And then there's another line saying, trying to find the perfect line. I think I'm running out of time. I need a miracle. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like them hounding on the door of the recording studio. Like, hurry up. We need a hit. And I think I always think about that stuff more just with like what Taylor's gone through with her journey in life. So it reminds me of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I liked that. It was not what I thought like that's a good example of don't judge a song by the title.
So I'm listening to Saturday Sun, and that's one that I added to my playlist. That's just a fun song.
So dude, get this. Like it says like I met someone like out on the West Coast, things like that. Like I totally picked that song for James because we met in Alaska out of like all chances, things like that. It's just a beautiful song.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Vance Joy to me is just like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of his songs sound the same.
I feel the same about Ed Sheeran.
Coming from me, I have no room to judge because people say that about Taylor Swift, but I don't know. It wasn't my favorite, but he's never my favorite, so.
Did you say you feel the same about Ed Sheeran's music being similar, Josh?
Yeah, like I don't know, like Michael Bublé, Ed Sheeran. I feel like their music is all kind of just the same. Like they don't do much different. I feel.
Oh my gosh, you have not listened to the Ed Sheeran album where he collabs. Like he has an entire album where every song is with a different artist.
Oh wow, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to him on our favorites when we do our favorites again because I have quite the list for Ed.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna be able to make like a freaking series out of this because we didn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
Music, so.
The other song that I know we already kind of talked a little bit about devotion, but me watching the music video and just listening to that song reminded me so much of AJR. Do you guys listen to AJR? Oh my gosh, they're one of my favorite bands. I saw them live a couple years ago, and they have a trumpet player. And that is why, like, the brass is why I thought of them for when I listened to Devotion, because they have a whole, like, brass section in that song. Like, in the music video. AJR is, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Like, hey, I'm in a boy band with my brothers.
Yeah. And just, like, the high energy level. And they're kind of eclectic. Like, if you saw the music video, they're, like, wearing weird clothes. And they're, like, hippies. And there's like a trombone in the background and just, yeah, that reminded me of AJR a little bit.
That's cool.
I like how under Lindsay Sterling, Josh just said all. I do love it.
You guys laugh. Because there were stars by it too. So I'm like, oh, this must be like a really popular song. So I typed in Lindsay Sterling all. And then nothing came up, and it hit me. I'm like, "Oh, that's not what you meant."
Kelly, do you?
I was also like driving in the car while I made this playlist, so I was like,
"It's so funny."
It's funny because I actually did the same thing, but it didn't take me all but like a couple seconds. I was like, "Oh, what kind of a song name is that?" Like
I wasn't the only one.
I didn't realize on the right was all of his artists. I was like, man, why didn't Josh put his freaking artists on here? It's all songs. And I finally looked on the
James,
right side of the page. I was like, oh god, I feel dumb.
James told me that she plays the fiddle, not the violin, but she plays the fiddle. I think that's true. Maybe not. And then he said, like, it's all about how you play the instrument, I think.
I think,
But who knows?
I have no idea.
And she's beautiful, too. Like, she's definitely a redhead, just like Tracy. I got a thing for redheads. See, but that's the thing. Not redhead guys. Only redhead women.
Good clarification.
Violin.
Violin. I'm going to look up the difference between a fiddle and a violin.
Gotta have a fiddle in the van. That's a classic.
When I went to go see, oh no, I don't remember their name. It's a really popular band. I don't even remember songs they sing now. Rascal Flatts, like years ago, like they had like a violin battle on stage. Like these two dudes just went at it with a violin. It was so cool. That's all. It's my
I love it at live music, or even when you can hear it like in songs where there's strings, like for a ballad, you can hear strings in the background, or for like a up tempo, you can hear like a bunch of bass or brass, like trumpets. And I follow this guy on TikTok, and he takes plays saxophone like amazingly, and he takes modern day songs and adds saxophone solos to like these modern songs. And
cool.
yeah, it's really neat.
Do you know my favorite instrument is a harp?
Really?
I don't know. I feel like it's soothing to the mind and it's peaceful, and I just think of like elves and like kingdoms and like fantasy.
I think my favorite would be the violin. That's probably why I like Lindsey Sterling so much.
I have one sitting in my closet.
Oh, do you? Do you know how to
all
play?
my little like instruments right there?
I used to play violin.
Play for us next podcast.
James could play that pretty well too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not musically talented at all.
Yeah, me either. Next time we have a music podcast, Josh, we should talk about our favorite Lindsey Sterling songs, and not just all of them, just actually. Because I used to listen to a lot of her stuff, like, but now, like, that's years ago, so I want to go through all of her like stuff again and find some newer stuff.
Have you heard her new song called All? I heard it's really well.
The best.
All right, let's get on out of here.
Yeah, so not much time remaining. Anything else to cover on my list of songs? Anything to say?
No, I mean the last one was Traveling Soldier by Dixie Chicks, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
a good one.
Classic song.
I honestly haven't heard that in a really long time, and I didn't re-listen to it.
But. Tracy, you should do your little mute thing and look up the song Keep the Wolves Away by Uncle Lucius. If you want like a sad, like it is sad, but it's such a beautiful song. That's on my like bonus track, 'cause since we have a minute or two, just listen to it. It might make you cry. Talks about how like
just starting off sounds pretty sad, yeah.
Tracy can unmute it so we can listen to it.
I'm 100% not doing that because I don't want to get sued.
We're not making money yet.
I'll listen to it after.
Yeah, I want to hear the Dude Perfect thing too, because I've seen their videos.
I'll try to show some of their videos where it has Josh's songs. I'm 100% sure about it. So
cool.
Yeah, I'll try to find some and show you guys after we're out of here.
Awesome. Sounds good.
I think the next episode that we do, so this is music part 2. Music part 3, we should cover more songs, I guess. Because we have a lot of songs still to talk about.
One where we talk about our favorite songs and like give each other lists, I'm going to just label as music part 2, 3, and on. And these are going to be music reviews.
Cool.
Just keep it separated. I think it'll be easier.
To all our listeners and viewers out there, if you haven't done so, please check out our Facebook page. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/rootedperspectives, and that will kick you over to our Facebook page. Please like and share any and all of our videos. We would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say before we get on out of here?
I am going to make a YouTube for us and put all our stuff on YouTube as well. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon Music, Facebook, and soon YouTube. So
Awesome.
And
Kelly?
Spotify.
and Spotify. Yes, Josh.
Excited.
Yes.
Thanks for your support. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Yep. All right.
Have a
Later,
good night.
guys.
See ya.